Hi, everybody. This is my project in peer counseling, and I'm here to talk about how acting is a stress reliever. But first, I just want to establish that there are multiple kinds of stress relief. This is just my personal take on stress relief because I myself am an actor at Tennessee Wesleyan. Well, used to be because things in COVID and yada yada, but even then, acting could really help you out. But before I do that, I just want to establish there are multitudes of stress relievers out there. There's gardening, cooking, cleaning. Believe it or not, some household chores are stress relievers. I found that out when I fold my clothes, do the dishes, and take out the trash when nobody's around. Of course, having people watching you does add stress, but that's neither here or there. The point is that there are multitudes of stress relievers, and the one I would like to talk about is acting. You see, with acting, you can express yourself through another person, which is kind of a well-added bonus if you think about it. You see, when it comes to acting, when you channel an emotion into a character, it can let out a whole bunch of stress, as well as other problems that you may have. Like, for example, when you are doing a character that's a bit more comical in a comedy, if you end up with a more straight-faced character in a tragedy or a drama, you can let out a whole bunch of stress just by channeling it through this character. Now, for example, I was going to play Colonel Mustard in the production of Clue that was sadly canceled last semester for theater. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we weren't able to perform. I know I already mentioned that. Forgive me, I repeat myself when I'm nervous. But when I was Colonel Mustard, I got to channel a completely different person. Now, I myself am incredibly shy. Uh, I consider myself kind of smart, smart enough to get by anyway. And I'm a fairly young man. I was in this playing a boisterous, loudmouth idiot that didn't know which way was up, and somehow or another he was a colonel in the army, and he was just very full of himself. He didn't know what 2 plus 2 was and stuff like that. And I had a fun time playing somebody that was completely different from myself. Now, I mostly play comical characters. My first character that I ever performed was a man by the name of Adolf Freitag. Now, he was the patriarch of the family and he kind of had the last say, but he always had a fight with his sister every chance he got. But he was trying his best not to meddle, but he does put his foot down. Now, I myself ain't really forceful in any way, and he was pretty set in his ways, Adolf Freitag. And then I got to play Dogberry in a Shakespeare play, and he was an absolute buffoon. He would say words that absolutely didn't make sense in the sentence, and he would end up turning an insult into a compliment. I won't mention the speech they did, but yeah, he did do a lot. And there are a lot of sources out there that say that certain things are great stress relievers. Uh, Acting stuff out is one that isn't really mentioned as much, maybe because therapists think you faking as somebody else doesn't really help you, but you'd be surprised it did because like reading, writing, painting, any sort of art form is a great form of stress relief. Especially when you're performing, like in front of people. You're in front of hundreds of people, well, in our case, dozens. And, well, I don't do well in crowds, but when I am somebody else, I forget the crowd is there and I can completely immerse myself into the role. Which is something that quite a few articles that I've read do say. If you immerse yourself into things, all the stress just washes away. And if there is something that's causing you stress, some of them say completely cut them out. But when it comes to acting, you just find a different way to approach it. Uh, I know that's kind of sounded contradictory, but it is the truth. If you look at a problem and it causes you stress, you turn to your other actors and say, "What can I do to make it better?" And you try it their way. If it seems to get better, you keep going and going until you finally get something. In a way, acting really helps you work out stressful problems, and you can even apply it to real life. Now, before all my acting and everything in college, I was one of the shyest people you ever meet. Whenever a stranger walked in the room, I was dead quiet. I mean, I still do that, but if they're happy to talk with me, I'll talk with them back. And that's pretty much what I just wanted to say. You can find multiple mediums to help out. I'm just saying acting is among them. And you can find it in any small mundane task. And if you want to go more extravagant, go right ahead. But just be sensible about it, because I don't want you to go out and try something that sounds completely dangerous. I even had a friend that did skydiving once. I bet it's a stress reliever, but yeah, I wouldn't want to risk that. So, please, if you want to give acting a try, be my guest. I'll be happy to run lines with you with any play you can pick out. But if there is a really good, funny part in it, I call it. Just to let you know. All right, thanks for listening, and have a great day.